last fiscal collapse, because that's exactly what happened.
Oh, really?
We ran the United States into the ground. We bailed out the big businesses. And I tell you what, Donald Trump has said he's going to make them accountable.
No, and
have them pay back their debts. And I'd like to see that happen.
He's not going to make anybody held accountable. Who's going to be accountable is going to be the middle class. They continuously screw us over.
Except Donald Trump has said over and over again that the attack on the middle class that is happening by our politicians is a dangerous thing, and he wants to strengthen the middle class and bring us all back to work.
I don't believe that for a second, because right off the bat, his tax plan would put us into such massive debt that we would not recover from this. Donald Trump is a dangerous sociopath that should not be allowed to hold such power.
Okay.
I think...
my life.
Ding, ding, ding. Round one over.
Warning. The following podcast contains language not suitable for younger listeners. You have been warned.
Now beamed from the fortified bunker below Culver City, California, this is, well, that happened.
So, welcome, kids. I'm back. I took 2 weeks off, 3 weeks off. I had unfortunate circumstances, and I had to leave town. So I'm sorry about that, but I am back, and I am here for you. Jeffrey Potts, how you doing, baby?
Todd Elliott, sir, I am good. How are you? Welcome back.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
I'm glad to be back. I'm happy to be here. See all your smiling faces.
Yeah.
Smiling liberal faces. Sam and Harris, what's the word?
The word of the week is snooze feed. The act of going through your news feed instead of getting out of bed. So when you wake up in the morning, you look at your phone, you start going through Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat. At least that's what I do. Because, when I get up every morning and I see that my entire notifications bar is filled up and it says +7, I got to go through things. I got to
you got to see what people are doing.
Well, I get the CNN, wake up, it's like, oh, here's the latest political news, here's the latest world news, here's everything else. I'm like, ooh, let's find out. Oh, look, more people were killed. Yay.
Then you look at the next thing you look at the time and you're like, oh man, I'm late for work.
Right.
Gotta slap on my pants and leave my hair the wild way that it is and just go.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What are you saying?
That I have hair. Yeah.
I like the idea. I like the idea of a snooze feed.
And we have Joe B joining us.
Hi.
Because he was here the last 2 weeks taking this guy's spot because, things.
All bald white people look alike.
It's true. You guys couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Except
that's why I grow the beard.
He has epic facial hair, and you have to be clean cut for your job.
I do.
I feel like our listeners didn't even notice because they didn't comment about it.
No.
No.
There was that one guy who complained about me, though.
Was it you?
Oh, that was me. Never mind.
You
complained about yourself?
Yeah,
that's
pretty. Why not?
I'm glad to hear it.
I don't like hearing myself.
So what's been happening this week, boys?
Well, hookers. Hookers have been happening.
I'm pretty sure hookers are always happening.
Oh.
That is a thing that never stops.
So
Commerce never sleeps.
No,
except for hookers. They sleep with you.
Nah, I don't think they're sleeping.
No, I kick them off. They charge extra if they spend the night.
Oh, okay.
In Carson City, Nevada, the prostitutes of Dennis Hoff's Moonlight Bunny Ranch are getting together to speak out for who they believe can take every single inch that Congress has to offer.
Oh, man.
And that is Hillary Rodham Clinton. It's a website called hookersforhillary.com. And they basically have banded together for these 4 key reasons. Reason number 1, they think that Hillary Clinton will protect healthcare because of Obamacare. They've been able to afford cheap, affordable healthcare to watch over themselves. Her foreign policy experience, her support for agencies that protect the public's health, which means like Health and Human Services, the FDA, and stuff like that. While Republicans question these agencies from existing, they're saying that this is responsible, sensible government oversight that keeps the public's health safe, and for the prevention of a return to supply-side economics, which basically means no more trickle-down theory, no more cutting taxes for the extremely wealthy and pretending that they're going to rain down cash on the rest of us, but for sensible cuts for the middle class, lower class, and tax the rich. And so that's why they're supporting Hillary Clinton. So it caused me to think 2 things. Question number 1, what would what would you name your brothel if you own one, and what would be its motto? And we're going to go with Todd, since you've been gone for 2 weeks.
All right, what would I name my brothel? Golly, if I had to name my brothel, I would probably call it something very simple, very elegant, something like the Cat's Playhouse or the Cat's Pajamas. The Cat's
great.
Pajamas.
And its motto?
The motto is, our cats don't wear pajamas.
All right.
Okay.
Or no pajamas for this pussy.
Nice.
Joby.
I want to stick with the political theme of it, just because I thought that was funny. We'll do. They'd be Bernie's bitches, and their motto would be "sucking for Sanders."
Ooh,
Nice.
Nice.
Well done.
Okay.
So
well.
he's not gonna run for president anymore, or if he loses, he's gonna run a brothel.
Yes.
Okay.
You
Yes.
can do it, bro.
Yes.
Imagine his hair just running that brothel. I mean, just he looks like there is some emergency happening somewhere, and he's
Right.
not ready for it. Even though he is, like, he's just like, I'm so busy with these papers, the earth is gonna collapse.
I feel like he's like, like he's like the political version of Doc Brown.
yeah.
4.21 gigawatts. The middle class is going downhill. The rich taxed.
Haley, what would your brothel name be?
Teddy's. Teddy's, and my slogan will be, oh shit, come and get your toughin' stuffin'. I don't know.
I like that. I like
There you
that.
go.
That's good. That's good.
And Jeff, what would your
Yeah,
be?
since it's called the Bunny Ranch, Dennis Hoff's thing, I figured I will go along with that and call mine the Tortoise Shell. And the slogan would be slow and hard.
Yes. How about slow, deep, and hard?
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's good.
That's really good, Jeff.
Thank you.
I'm really impressed by that. That was really well done.
Slow and hard.
I've always wanted to run a brothel, actually, and be in charge of all those women. But
Really?
yeah.
Well,
I'm
you're
trying to
still
get
young.
that
You,
money.
there's plenty of time.
Sam, what's yours?
Oh,
Brothel.
mine's. I thought about this. It would be Sam's Ride Time Exploratorium,
Oh, nice.
where you can come and explore with your hands in your mouth and other things. You know goddamn well what that means.
That would be
like that.
great to fit
I
on
like
a
that.
sign or a bumper sticker.
Sam's Exploratorium.
I like that.
Well done.
That's good.
Oh man! And question number 2.
Ooh, there's a
I thought that was
second one.
both questions.
Oh no,
No.
that's question. It was a bundle.
It was a two-part
It was
question.
a 2-part question. And here's question number 2, which goes along with Joe B's lines of, they call themselves hookers for Hillary. So if you were sex workers, come up with an organization, and what would you name this organization for your political candidate? You can choose any of the political candidates. You just got to come up with an organization supporting them. For example, I came up with Cox for Cruz.
There you go. That's
Nice.
Because anybody that votes for Ted Cruz has got to be a cock. So, yeah. So we're going to throw it to Haley.
Suckers for Sanders.
Suckers for Sanders.
Nice.
Ah, that's interesting.
They're
sounds-
also sex workers.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, guess what they do?
They vacuum with a Hoover.
Yep,
Hey,
exactly.
I just
It's like
assumed you were
Top-
talking about lollipops.
The Lollipop Guild.
Great name for a whorehouse.
Yes, it
The
would be.
Lollipop Guild.
The
Oh, that's
Lollipop
great.
Guild. That's brilliant.
Good.
Jeff.
That's good. I would go Donkey Show for Trump.
Donkey show.
Donkey
for
show
Trump.
for Trump?
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you don't want to see any of those things happen.
But you don't want to see those things happen, but then a part of you in the deep dark
Yeah,
heart
it's-
Part of you,
wants to see
Yeah.
part of
it.
it's like
It's
this
like
might be
shade in
entertaining.
Florida.
It explains the whole entire campaign.
Yeah, right. It's like a donkey show. You don't want to see it happen, but at the same time, it's kind of entertaining. And you're disgusted with yourself by the end.
Joe B?
Yeah, I think I had misunderstood the last question.
It's okay.
I thought that was so. Now I'm coming up with another because I thought that's what I was doing, and so now it's going to be a very specific kind of brothel for Trump, and it's going to be Trump's trannies.
Nice.
That's
Trump's
true.
train.
Yeah.
See, I was going to say titties for Trump because these are things that I like.
All three, huh?
All three.
Oh, donkey show, huh?
Donkey show.
Donkey show.
Why not? Hey, yeah, they're entrepreneurs. They're trying to get ahead, so good for them.
So, I mean, this
they're
question goes
giving
out
head.
to everybody at home. I mean, what would you name your brothel? What would its motto be? And if you were a sex worker, what kind of organization would you come up for? Your favorite political candidate? Let us know in the comments below, or hit us up at wellthathappenedpodcast.com. And with that, I think we should move on.
All right, it's time for Jeff Lies and WTH. Every single week I'm going to bring to you 4 news articles. 1 is real, the other 3 I have made up, and this job my co-hosts here and you at home to tell me which one is the real article. Going along with the theme of Hookers for Hillary, this week's theme is going to be sex and politics. Now I feel dirty.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum.
All right, so here we go. Are you ready? Article number 1. Rubio. It's a woman's body before she gets pregnant. Article 2. 4 female protesters arrested for flashing breasts at Ted Cruz rally. Article 3. Rockstar style. Trump signs breasts of loving supporter. And Article 4. Talk Bernie to me. Dating site caters to singles who feel the burn.
And want to feel the burn now.
Yeah,
Those.
That's called the
like
that's that dating site for people who have herpes, right?
Right. Yeah.
You feel the burn?
It's also the clap, you know. All right, so those are the news articles. Tell me, Todd, which one do you think is the real article?
Well, clearly I'm going to go with number 3. Rockstar style. Trump signs breasts of loving supporter because a number of things. 1, I love boobs. 2, Donald Trump is a rock star. And 3, I wouldn't put it past him. That is absolutely 100% believable and something that I would like to do. As a matter of fact, I've considered taking out Sharpies to when I do the meet and greets at the end of the Waterworld show and just start signing people.
Oh, okay, that'd be fun.
I think it'd be
Do they
great.
ask for it, or do you just
No,
sign
I just
people?
do it.
Okay.
No.
Just start signing babies.
That's what I was going to ask. Do you
That'd be
sign
great.
baby?
It's like the headshot thing you want to do. Just start
Yeah.
going around to random places and start signing other people's headshots.
He signs
so
the baby. He
fantastic.
signs the baby's forehead. I am your dad, not
Yeah.
your dad as you know him as your dad. I am.
That whole
Yes, sir.
paragraph
That whole
on the
paragraph.
baby.
On the baby.
While the baby's squirming.
Yeah.
All right, Sam, which one do you think is the real article?
I'm going to pick. There's so many good ones here, but I'm going to go with Rubio. It's a woman's body before she is pregnant because Marco Rubio during one of the debates said that he would put God, and yeah, he does the thumb thing.
So, pointing.
Exactly. God. He puts God before anything else. He would put it before any decisions he has to make that concerns America. So,
Which God?
You know which one.
Me.
The one that got nailed.
My God carries the hammer. Just saying.
Did you do the nailing? Take that, Jesus.
Take that, Jesus.
Wow.
So it seems to me that Marco Rubio would be a stupid pro-lifer, and B, he would definitely consider that a woman is just a vessel to carrying the future generations of dead soldiers that he wants to send to war.
Yeah.
So, yep, that's gonna be me.
Okay.
Damn.
Wow.
Happy day, everybody.
So, Haley, which one do you think is the real article?
My choice, which is going to be for the dating site. Yep. Bad
Talk
joke.
Bernie to me?
Talk Bernie to me. Dating site caters to singles who feel the burn. Because a lot of people doing the marketing for the Bernie Sanders campaign are doing brilliant things. Like, they've got T-shirts that say feel the burn. They've got all kinds of things. So I definitely believe this one.
I, Bernie Sanders, will give you the herpes. It will be huge.
Does he sound like that?
No.
No, he doesn't.
I've never heard him
That sounds
speak.
like Trump.
That sounded more like Morgan
that
Freeman.
sounded like
Oh, that was
Morgan
Freeman.
Trump.
Morgan Trump.
Morgan
Trump.
Trump.
Morgan, Trump, Bernie.
But, yeah, I'm going to go with number 4 on that
All
one.
right, cool. Joe, which one do you think is the real article?
Well, although I'm sure Rubio's mentality is it's a woman's body before she's pregnant, it's hard to believe that any human being would be so stupid as to say that when he's running for office.
Have you met Marco Rubio?
No, I haven't.
but I've
I
seen
haven't.
his interviews.
He's not really running for office. Whoops, I dropped that.
Okay, but that's just my take on it. So I'm going to say I think number 2 because hell yeah, 4 female protesters arrested for flashing breasts at Ted Cruz rally because female protesters will gladly do that, and so getting arrested, well, that just happens.
I don't feel like that's a protest unless they're ugly.
I think Ted Cruz.
Well, I mean,
You know what
because Ted Cruz
I
is a.
feel like that
you
would
know.
be more like, hey, check it out, I support you.
I think
See,
This is my little gift.
Normally, it would be a support thing, but because they're right wing and they want to say, you know, you can't show your body if you're a woman type deal.
Boobies.
Not, I mean, they're not as bad as Muslims about it, but you know,
boobies scare Ted Cruz.
Well, there's a time and a place for everything.
and it's called college.
Yeah, it's called college.
All right, so those are the guesses all across the board. Well done. All right, so that means someone is going to win.
That means
All right,
Jeff
so
does not win today.
That's true. Oh, last week, though.
I love it when Jeff don't win.
Last week, y'all picked the same one. I think it was last week. And
We did, didn't
Have
we?
you guys learned nothing? Have I taught you nothing?
We were going with our feelings.
yeah.
That's still
Technically-
that's so California. It doesn't matter what the facts is. This feels right. I eat organic because it feels good.
You're not.
Let's go with number one, shall we? Rubio. It's a woman's body before she is pregnant. This article is a lie. I made that one up. Sorry, Sam.
I'm so close.
It does sound like something he would think,
See, the
though.
thing is, that's really original for Rubio to say. He just kind of repeats himself over and over again, so that's something new, and he doesn't do that.
I'm Cuban American.
From Canada.
From Canada. Article 2. 4 female protesters arrested for flashing breasts at Ted Cruz rally. This article is a lie. I made that one up.
Conservative women would not flash their breasts, and neither would protesters, because Ted Cruz would not want to see their breasts.
All right, Article 3. Rockstar style. Trump signs breasts of loving supporter. This article is a lie. I made that one up. He did sign the baby.
I can see him doing it, though.
the baby.
He signed a
He
baby.
signed the baby. There
Oh,
was a
man.
crowd surfing baby that kind of came up to
Wait,
him, and he
wait.
signed the
That's-
baby.
Wait,
Should I
there was
say?
a crowd
Awesome.
surfing baby?
Yes,
That baby's Iggy Pop.
Yeah, there was a baby that was being kind of passed up around, and apparently to Trump to be signed,
That
and
ba-
the baby got signed.
That
but
baby.
Did they return the baby back to
I
his
assume
parents?
so. I didn't get that far because I was kind of like, wow.
Fantastic.
That
So-
baby had a lust for life.
I'm a little nice. Well done.
I wonder if somebody snatched it. How that worked out. They just snatched the baby from.
I think it was one of those things. The parents are close enough, and it was like, Mr. Trump, sign my baby, and
We're gonna take
somebody else kind of helped him up, and
It was a dingo.
I'm
The
not
dingo
gonna lie. I'm a
snatched
little
the baby.
disappointed because I really want to sign some boobs.
well, you still can.
I want to lick some
Oh.
boobs.
Doesn't mean
Haley?
you can't.
No, I'm good.
So Haley,
I want to sign some boobs too. I know I've made it when I can sign boobs
And that's what I'm saying.
that are not my own.
Haley, congratulations, you have won this week's Jeff Lies in WTH with Talk to Me Bernie, dating site caters to singles who feel the burn. This article is the real article.
Can I change my vote?
Well done, yes.
You
And
guys, I'm winning this year on Jeff Lies.
Oh, look at that.
so this site does exist.
That's fantastic.
And it goes along with what you said, the farmers only, the meet an inmate, the right stuff, tall friends types dating sites. There's now this one. If you're a Bernie supporter and you want to meet other Bernie supporters, go ahead. There are several. They have a list of commandments that you must follow. Thou shalt not send nudes without consent from both parties. Thou shalt not post nudes publicly, or at least not here. Thou shalt not be creepy, rapey, or stalky.
Is that exact word?
Yep.
That's pretty.
And then the last commandment. Thou shalt not bring up he who shall not be named, Trump, without having at least one adjective before either bag or bag Trump or racist Trump or any other.
I was gonna say they can't bring up Voldemort.
No. Well, apparently Voldemort
So
is Trump.
can they say awesome Trump?
You know what? I guess
That's
it doesn't
still an
say,
adjective.
It just says one adjective.
I wonder how that worked. It's like you used a bad phrase. We're banning your account or something.
I'm sure they've got moderators.
I'm sure everybody.
Bad
Look,
hair Trump?
Look, Bernie Sanders is very liberal, obviously, and they like to control everything. They like to moderate and monitor and restrict lots of our freedoms. And so I wouldn't be surprised if there are people watching.
What? What? Let's move on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've been away for a while, but I feel the need to kick somebody's ass.
That's right. It's that once a week time where we select one nominee per person to deserve an ass kicking. Jeff, let us know the rules.
All right, so rule number one: each host has 1 minute on the clock. I almost said that.
Already forgot the rules.
And I was going to go to Jeff Lies, and I
Yeah.
We already did that. I won.
yeah.
Can you tell we've been drinking? Nope.
Rule number one is that each host has 1 minute on the clock to present their nominee for some ass kickery. Rule number two is no host can vote for themselves. Rule number three is that there'll be no dead children, kids, etc. And rule number four, if you don't like the outcome of today's voting, let us know in the comments below and we may change it.
You can let us know at wellthathappenedpodcast.com or in the YouTube in the comments right below. and let us know your thoughts. We will adhere to the rules that you manipulate for your favor.
Can you tell he's been drinking?
That's right.
You lucky people.
Chime in, people. Let's do this. Let's do some ass kicking here,
All right,
kids.
who's going to go first?
I'll go first since I've been gone.
All right. Todd, are you ready?
I hope so.
On your mark. Get set. Ass kick.
The reason I went out of town is because my father-in-law died. Now, that's sad. However, the person whose ass I want to kick are newspapers. Once upon a time, a newspaper was a device that delivered the news. It kept you up on what was happening in your society, in your culture, in your city, in your neighborhood. And they used to run birth announcements and obituaries. Newspapers, nowadays, in order to run an obituary, you have to pay them. You have to pay them $400 to run an obituary. This man who died recently, my father-in-law, was a Marine, was a decorated Marine. He was a member of his community. He was an honorable right man, and the newspaper would not run his obituary because they wanted money. This sucks, and that is not what newspapers should be about. So I want newspapers to get their ass kicked.
All right.
4 seconds left on the clock.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
I kind of figured you had to pay newspapers. It was.
I didn't know it was that much.
$400.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It is a lot, and that's probably for a small blip too. If you
They-
want like a full page
Yeah,
thing,
you
like your-
shouldn't have to pay for an obituary
No.
because
Like-
that's part of the news, for
like
God's
your
sake.
uncle,
It's
like
part of
your,
the culture.
Like your uncle, I'm pretty sure his obituary was not paid for by your family because, well,
Wait, he was in the government. He was important.
he was pretty.
Not that my father-in-law wasn't important.
No,
but
no,
it was-
of course
he
not.
was, he was
But
a known figure in the community.
The fact is that, you know, I get it, he was an important figure, but he didn't have to pay.
No,
they were
he
just
didn't.
like, Richard Krause,
Krause. Yeah.
you know, passes away. Well, we got to put something about him. I mean, this guy was really important or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm like, this guy was, you know, your father-in-law was important to
He
his
was also
family,
important.
and so the newspaper, I mean, in my belief, should be.
Well, he was important not only to the family; he was important to the society. I mean, he was a general manager of a Wendy's in the area, and before that, he was a gunnery sergeant in the Marines, and he trained other Marines. He brought the Marines that are fighting for us now, many of them, through boot camp.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of those things where this is why the internet is literally just taking newspapers and shaking them to the core, where they are making no money, so now they're trying to get it any way they can, and that's through, you know, kind of bilking out the
Yeah.
people.
Who's going to go next?
I'll go next.
All right, Jeffrey
Jeff
Potts.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Wait,
Yeah.
what's his middle name?
Oh, we stopped doing that.
Why?
I don't know.
It just kind of happened.
Jeff, are you ready?
I'm Mark. It's an ass kick.
Alrighty, in Patos, Brazil, someone needs their ass kicked. I'm not really sure who that someone is, but someone gave rum to a monkey.
You saw this article.
Someone gave rum to a monkey, and that monkey... Here's the thing. We all know that everyone they deal with alcohol in their own way. Some people get happy, some people get sad, some people get lonely, some people get depressed, some people get violent. And this monkey got freaking violent. He started holding up people with a knife, threatening them, threatening lives. So whoever gave this monkey, this mean, threatening life monkey, not only rum but a knife, you need your ass kicked. Because seriously, the firefighters had to come in and capture this monkey so they could put him out in the wild where he can no longer get his booze.
That's awesome.
This monkey, he needs his red ass kicked, as well as the person who gave him alcohol. Seriously.
He didn't give anybody mataba, though, right?
Not that I know of, but he was threatening people with a knife, which is a far more immediate.
What I'd like to
threat.
know is cool. Everyone needs to get their drunk on from time to time. I completely understand that. Who gave the monkey a knife?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That's
Like,
the
I don't
other side of
know
that.
who gave the monkey a knife, who gave the monkey alcohol.
Or maybe, and this is just a guess, maybe the monkey's a pirate. I didn't realize that happened in Brazil. That's
Yep.
hilarious.
Right.
I mean, where else would it happen?
Joe B, are you ready?
Yes.
Hey, Mark. Get set. Ass kick.
Okay, now this was reported in England as a problem, but it's larger than that. In England, there was a primary school that had to ask the parents who drop the kids off, please don't smoke pot while dropping your kids off at school. And so I want to kick the asses of people who are dumb enough to smoke pot while dropping their kids off at school, because I encounter this while dropping my daughter off at school. You pass by cars that just reek of marijuana. Now, I am totally for everyone smoking all the weed you want. It should be totally legal everywhere. It's your own body, but there's a time and a place for everything. And when dropping your kids off at school is not the place or time. Do it after you've dropped them off when you get back home. And if you do it while you're there, I'm going to kick your ass.
There you go.
20 seconds left on the clock. I agree. There's a time and place for everything. A man urinated at the store in the front door yesterday,
missed it too.
and I was front. I
wish
was the
I'd seen
person
that.
at the front. I was the greeter that day, and it starts happening. I'm like, uh-oh.
It must happen after I left.
Yeah, oh yeah.
After I left, too.
That's a shame.
Wow. Why?
Special needs.
He was a special needs guy, but still.
Special needs adult.
These
Well, 'cause
things
remember
always
that-
happen when I'm
His dad's
not
scolding
there.
him. His dad's like scolding him. One of our managers runs over like, "Can I help you?" Like super angry, and then realized, oh, he's special needs. As soon as the young man started like speaking, and then his guard dropped, and the dad took the guy away, and it was a mess.
So,
Literally.
Joe,
Covered the flowers in it.
Ooh.
Yes?
Damn it! I bought flowers for my wife.
so Joe, if you win, are you gonna, when you drop off your daughter now, just start kicking people's asses and then
I might pull him out of
and
the
then
car.
be like, it's okay. Well, that happened. Said I could. I won the vote this week.
We voted for you to get your ass kicked.
I'm
Cops,
sorry.
cops
Game
show
over.
up.
If we
Cops
voted
show
for
up
you.
and I'll say I'm sorry.
Cops show up. And you're like, no, I have. Well, that happened.
Well,
Fool.
I have until...
you have to do it after Monday because
gonna say
Jeff
after
does
Monday,
not
yes.
put the episodes up until like Monday afternoon. So do not wait until Tuesday morning.
So Sam, are you ready?
I am ready.
I don't have a clock.
On your mark, get set, ass kick. All right, the people who need their ass kicked are people who have been making threatening videos against YouTube artist PewDiePie. The PewDiePie is a guy who plays video games for a living. And recently, Google and YouTube have decided to create YouTube Red. It's a Spotify-type service that you pay $9.99 a month, and you get, special programs that are only accessed through the YouTube Red series. Well, apparently, a lot of PewDiePie's fans, some of them have gotten so upset they've started putting videos saying that they want to sexually assault him, sexually assault his girlfriend, kill him, beat him, and it's unacceptable. You know. Here's the thing: are you not happy about his videos, or they don't like him as a video game playing kind of guy? If you don't like him, guess what? You don't have to watch him. You don't have to do any of that. You can just be like, "Oh, PewDiePie, yeah, I don't like him. Next channel or whatever." You click on the next link for whatever video you want to watch. You don't have to make these threatening videos.
Oh, that's it, man. Time's up.
So they're
I met him.
they're mad because they have to pay now, or they're mad because
Well, yeah, they have to pay for his exclusive programming.
Well, just so you know, people at home, art's not free. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
It costs
so, I mean,
the artist
Unless
to
you're
make
Banksy.
it.
unless you're Banksy, then.
I don't know if I would go so far as say PewDiePie's art, but I get what you're saying.
But no,
well, no, but he's
what-
entertainment for somebody.
Yeah,
and
for
it
sure.
might
Right.
not be for us per se, but
For sure. Okay.
That's like if we all of a sudden got picked up and were making, or you had to pay to listen to us. Seriously, if they had to pay to, don't get mad. Be
No,
happy
keep it
for
free,
us.
but send us money.
Yeah.
Now, before we go into voting for ass kicking, let us know who you think needs their ass kicked in the comments down below here on YouTube or wellthathabitpodcast.com. Joe B,
Yeah.
who do you think needs their ass kicked?
I'm torn between two. Because, Jeff, I love your story.
Right.
But I kind of want the guy or gal who gave the monkey booze to be a citizen badass and not get their ass kicked.
And that monkey's pretty sweet.
The monkey's pretty awesome, dude, because that's
It
some
is.
quality entertainment there. But goddamn the paper, and I'm gonna go with the paper, newspapers, because they're when someone passes away, papers are making enough money. I mean, I know they're hurting because of the internet, but someone passed away.
Yeah, that's news and noteworthy.
You need to let the community know so that way they know they can go to a funeral and whatnot. And it's just that, why are you going to hinder a grieving family with a big expense? I would almost be okay with it for something small like $20 or $30, but
Yeah.
$400.
That's right. Flipping the middle finger. At you, newspapers.
That's right, newspapers.
Because people who are listening to the show can't see Joe be aggressively flipping off the camera.
Oh, that's right. I was flipping you off. I forgot we're not on YouTube.
I felt his middle finger. I wasn't watching. I figured that the people at home
That was
could feel it. They don't need to see it. They can just feel it through their earbuds.
I felt it all the way over here in the command center.
Their ear holes.
Joe.
So you have like a force. Is that what that is?
Yep. The force
A
just.
force.
Yeah.
Jeffery, who do you think he's asking?
Well, let's see here. This is hard because parents should not be smoking weed while dropping off their kids. That's just. I mean, it's basically driving under the influence, which is never good. I don't care what anyone says. If you're smoking weed, you're getting high, and if you're high, that you cannot react as well to driving, and and you have your kid in the car with you. That's just really stupid and bad. Todd, the article, the fact that I agree with what Joe said about a newspaper article they should just put obituaries in. If it's like birthday notices or advertisements, sure, fine, $400, okay. But a obituary, that's low. It's a low blow.
Yeah, because not everybody's going to go for the obituary.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and then Sam, PewDiePie. Well, I don't really watch his stuff. I don't care. No one should be threatening another person, and those people should actually be getting their ass kicked. They should actually be hunted down by police for threats. I mean, legally they should be.
Law.
Yeah, that is pretty much against the law for threatening someone else's life. Yeah, so this is difficult. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Joe's article.
Ooh.
Because, and this is the reason, because at this point there are innocent kids that cannot help themselves. For the newspapers, they need their ass kicked, but ultimately the information is out there, and if you're in contact with the family, people can find out. The internet's going to kill off newspapers, and eventually, and so fuck them, they're getting their ass kicked anyway. And PewDiePie, he's making a lot of money, so I'm sure he can afford some people to either protect him, and also the police, send police out to get those people. So I'm going to go with Joe because there are innocents at risk.
I'm actually a little angry with you, Jeff.
Why?
I'm going to go ahead and go now, Sam.
Okay, that's fine.
Because I'm just going to piggyback on Jeff. I was all about voting for Sam.
Mm-hmm.
I was all about, that's right. These people are making threats against someone else. But you've made a valid point in that kids are involved. And god damn it, that's sort of like
that's right.
That's like my Achilles heel.
Oh man, I didn't even think of it that way.
Welcome back, Todd.
That makes me sad because I wasn't gonna vote for you, Sam.
No, it makes me sad that you have such interesting rules.
But
For
kids,
yourself.
man,
For
innocent
yourself.
kids. He's not wrong.
Not even women.
And you know what? And
not
but
even women. Women are not even on this list. It's literally animals, and by
Dogs and
animals,
kids.
dogs and kids.
Dogs and kids.
and kids. Not even women. Like women, he's like, whatever.
But women are adults; they can take care of themselves.
Dogs and kids. That's how I judge a society. That's sort of like my barometer for whether you're a good person. Is how you treat dogs and kids.
And especially, it's perfect because we're here in the bunker. You can be like, and as you can see, the dogs are coming in from the east side, and the ass kicking is coming from the west side.
No.
West side.
No, that's not happening.
I have no
I'm not
idea what you mean.
I don't know what that means, but that's
drinking.
awesome anyway.
We're in the bunker so you can see dogs. What? Anyway, so I'm going to vote for Joe because kids are involved.
And I am going to vote for Todd story because I love Heather and Heather's boobs.
Yeah. Who doesn't?
So, right? Exactly.
Oh, yeah, that's
I
a
just
good
did it
point.
on purpose. Hi, Heather.
I had
Tits.
Baby.
No, but
So-
the fact of the matter is this: newspapers, they have to find other ways of making money. This is what I don't like about the death industry because they make money off of the loss of someone important in your life.
Yeah.
When you go to a mortuary, they'll be like, "Oh, we can cremate your family member in this nice mahogany box." The mahogany is going to get set on fire, and you're going to pay $5,000 for a mahogany box? No, thank you. What's the cardboard box cost? That's still $1,000 because it has to meet environmental standards set forth by their industry. It doesn't matter. Guess what? That carcinogen is still going to get in the air. So just
Yeah.
It's all gonna decompose.
Just charge $500 and just toast me. That's what I want.
Put
And
me
so-
in a Folgers can.
Exactly. Wrap me up in newspaper to symbolize the dying industry that you are.
Because we're grieving doesn't mean we're apps.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
So
Nothing is
I'm
dude.
gonna vote for your story, Todd, because I think people need more respect in terms of the loss of their life, because we should cherish our loved ones and try to remember them as best we can.
And you know what that means? That means we have a tie. That means we have 2 votes for Joe, 2 votes for Todd. So Haley, as a
boy.
tiebreaker, who do you think between Joe's story, Todd's story, who needs their ass
I was
kicked?
gonna say, what if I vote for you or Sam?
You can't. It's got to be one or the other.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Is that how that works?
That's a tiebreaker.
That's a tiebreaker.
Scheisse.
That's the name of the game. That's right. Suckers for Sanders.
Suckers for
Sucker for
Sanders.
Sanders.
Tits for Trump.
While I completely agree with you, Todd, I'm going to vote for Joe because the kids are involved.
Kids are involved.
Kids are involved.
Yeah.
Plus, not only are you driving under the influence and everything, but they still have developing minds. And if you get kids stoned that early, I'm pretty sure it's
They're
not
going to have
gonna
a
end
good
well.
time.
Yeah.
Who do you think needs
So-
their ass kicked? Let us know in the comments down below, or wellthathappenedpodcast.com.
So we have comments.
Yeah, Christopher Michael Carter, who wrote
Gun
Gun
control.
Control for Polar Bears.
I'd like to read that.
He commented and wanted to thank us for reading one of his poems on air, and he also thought it was funny that because the episode was so dark, we chose one of the cheeriest poems out of the
We had-
entire book.
Could have cheered up somehow, man. I mean,
And he also said that he did have one moment where he stopped and paused from writing, but he is back at it, and hopefully his next book will be out soon.
Nice. Glad to hear it.
good. Good.
So, thank you.
Excellent.
Thank
That
you.
is my Montgomery
Ward.
Foreman.
Wow, okay.
Ward.
Well, that was something. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now it's that time of the week for your weekly cup of Joe.
All right, so what I'm really angry about lately is it's income tax time. And those who know me know I have kind of income tax problems, partially because I trusted the wrong guy to do my taxes. But that, besides that, it
Madoff.
occurred to me one day how screwed up our tax system is, right? Okay, we pay taxes to the government to do a job, run our country the way we want it run. But they continually screw that up. Now, we work at a grocery store. A few of us do, right?
We do.
Now, let's just say I go into work, and my boss comes up to me every day and says, okay, Joe, I want you to fill this shelf up with baked beans. And I want the baked beans, all the labels facing the right way, and all face, it's all faced up and full all the way to the back. And I go, yes, I'll do that. And you're going to give me the money that I get every day, right? Well, at the end of the day, he comes up and says, Joe, it was kind of messed up. The labels weren't all facing the right way. Oh, I'm sorry. The guy next to me wasn't agreeing with me, so I couldn't do my job right. Oh, okay. Well, I'll do it better tomorrow. Okay. The next day, he comes up to me, man, dude, not only was it not all baked beans and not facing it, you have cream corn on there. What the hell? I'm sorry. The guy next to me still won't agree with me. He's fighting with me. Okay. Now imagine this continues and gets worse every freaking day. I don't do my job right. And at the end of the year, I tell my boss, you owe me money. You, IRS. Do your damn job. Don't tell me at the end of the year I owe you money. You've taken enough money out of my paycheck every 2 weeks that I'm broke before the next paycheck. So that's, I'm kind of pissed off about that, yeah.
How do you like your Joe? I like it dark and bitter.
Mine has a little bit too much alcohol in it.
I quite honestly, I'm a fan because I believe in lesser taxes, lesser taxes, lesser government restrictions, lesser government involvement in our lives.
Or I would
Well
like
done, Joe.
I would like the opportunity when the government says you owe me more money to go, I'm sorry, how about you just manage the money you've already stolen from me better?
I think there needs to be a balance with lesser, because you can't just have lesser completely.
Yeah, I think we need a balance of government,
Yeah.
but clearly Todd has. I missed the drink of crazy cup that I've not had for the last 2 weeks.
I know. It's sad. It's missed you too.
Yeah, I bet. This is going to be an interesting couple of shows coming up next. On Wednesday, we will release our movie review, which is Turbo Kid, the Netflix extravaganza about a post-apocalyptic future taking place in 1997. You check us out on Wednesday. And as always, thank you for watching. And with that, well, that happened.